Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a monster review on the two monsters that were available from the Magic Gem floating island. It happened a while ago, but it took a while for them to craft and to hatch, and then I rank one of them up, and then rune them up. So, first we have Cain. He is a extra turn attacker. And what's special about him, he has a rare abomination trait, which gives him immunity to not only possession, corruption, nightmares, and bleeding. He gives you, so that's a lot of immunities to a lot of different things. He also has this unique trait called Bleed Hater, triple damage against any monster suffering from bleed. And as you may now notice, he is an elite monster. You can see by the aura that's around him, that's an elite monster. So the only way you can rank him up is using the cells of himself, or craft him for that matter. So what I did was give him a level 5 stamina rune and a level 6 and a level 5 strength rune because I think that will do the best. Now let's take a look at all his skills. The setup that I decided to go with was Ancestor's Bite, which deals massive damage, but it requires one cooldown. And then we have Shadow Warriors, which applies heavy damage to one enemy, fire damage, and he also applies evasion to himself, which means that he cannot receive any damage whatsoever. But he can, although he can be hit with status effects. Soul Rip is the next one that I chose to have because it deals heavy fire damage to an enemy and gives himself one extra turn. See, I chose this one because having a bleed skill is very important because you'll want to get that triple damage in. And if you're wondering, yes, if you are fighting a nature monster, you put bleed on him, it does stack with the normal elemental advantage. And then I have this one, Deadly Stigma, which deals smallest amount of damage, but based on how much strength he has, it will be quite a decent amount, and it also applies bleed. Now, for his other available skills, Stigma is just a normal spreadsheet move. Really, for turn cooldown, not worth it. This one, Eternal Warrior, deals moderate damage to one enemy, gives 50% of stamina, and applies energy to itself. So this has a 0 cooldown, which if you're hit by a cooldown turn monster, you could always just regenerate yourself. Which, if you're in a team war, for example, you should know, and then you could, just put that when you need to. But also, I think a better one is this one. It removes all the negative effects from himself, so that means possessions, freezes. Well, can't get rid of freezes because it's going to freeze you immediately. But any status effect is going to get rid of, plus it will give himself regeneration, and it has no cooldown. Now this is moderate bite, same thing, nothing special. Now this one gives you stamina regeneration, 0 cooldown, but doesn't do enough damage for me. But what the real standout things about him are, this one, if you would like, I would go with the 2 extra turn skills. Uh, this one, the Shadow Wanderer, because it has evasion, and evasion's pretty good in the game right now. Unless there's a positive effects removal, a character like Angelica who can trait disable. Ancestral Bite does the most amount of damage and has a cooldown and a reasonable amount of stamina cost. So I think that setup would have gone GOAT. So how you would do it would be first you would use Deadly Stigma on one enemy, and then do Soul Rip on another enemy, or the same enemy, if that's how it is. And then what you would do is you would finish off with either um, Soul Wanderer if it's let's say like a nature one, or if you just want the evasion. And then on the next turn, you would have Ancestral Bite, which will do triple damage against the monster you're going up against, which would do a lot of more damage because of the triple damage. And his health is reasonably high. His speed is pretty decent, but not the highest, but still up there. Now, the other monster that was up for grabs, the one that was able to rank up actually, is called Hanan Globe. Dang, hard name to pronounce. But her, I'm gonna put only strength runes on. I only got a 5 and a 6 at the moment. I got another one crafting, another 5 crafting in there. So I'm gonna put it on her. Her skills, she's really a meta monster because she has a dodge area skill, which means any like wave effects or like attacks that hit multiple targets will not hit her. That does include ults, which is the special skills that everyone has. So none of those would hit her. And she has a hardened trait, which gives 20% less accuracy against her from in general. So like attacks have 20% less accuracy on her, which isn't really that special. A lot of monsters have that. Let's take a look at her skills. The skill setup that I'm running is Vision of the Damned, which just does heavy damage and puts uh, nightmares on the target. Which, if you don't know what nightmare does, it removes 10% of stamina in each turn, and they have it for 3 turns. So it's pretty good against extra turn monsters. And it has only a 1 turn cooldown, so which is pretty good. Now, what I really like about this monster is that it has Dark Submission, which applies dark dark weakness, which means you'll do double damage against that monster for 3 turns. And this applies it to all monsters. But again, if you have a dodge area monster, this will not hit them. Like, not one bit. Okay, so next is Spirit of Blard. I don't know what the hell that says. Anyways, what's really important about this? What it says is removes all shields from all enemies. That is what you want it for. Say that you're going up against a general who can put up a shield that's like 100%, so that would be 100% of their health, and then you could just get rid of them instantly, with the added bonus of you getting immunity from all sorts of control. Immunity from all possessions, stuns, and corruptions, and freezes. And then the last one is it just does a lot of damage, so I wanted that one with little cooldown. Alternatively, you could run Blades of Nightmare. You could also do that. This one has a lot of wave attacks. Um, you could combo her with Cain because of how well she does wave area attacks and how he does bleeds, you know? So you could put a bunch of bleeds on him and then Cain can come in and do triple damage. And this one, you could reuse it, but it's only just a 1 extra turn skill, so not really that good in my opinion. And then I guess this is all just lower tier stuff that just isn't worth talking in my opinion. So that's it. That's well, we could look at her stats. Her health is lower than Kane's. Speed is is above Kane's, and her stamina roughly average for a legendary. Oh, a thing we might want to talk about is relics. Um, the relics that I decided to put on her were stamina draining relics because I'm planning to use her with Cain, which I don't think I put relics on. Well, I put relics on, and then I put a golden relic on him, which heals all allies by that many points. Still haven't leveled them up yet, but planning on to. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.